Americans of Reddit who voted for Donald Trump in the 2016 election but don't intend to vote for him in the 2020 election. What caused this? Not exactly related, but several people have said something along the lines of I like X candidate because they are likable, seemed like someone I could have a conversation with. I think it's a good idea to be wary of charisma. Make sure you understand their ideas, you believe they intend to carry them out, you think they are feasible, and you like the ideas. Like or not, you won't be having a conversation with the next president, but you will be impacted by their ideas. I had just turned legal voting age a few months prior, and felt a lot of pressure from my parents. I wasn't really well informed, but I thought mom and dad wouldn't make a bad decision, right? Now that I'm older, I've realized the mistake and the effects it had. Plan to make a much more educated decision for the next election. That takes guts to be honest about why you voted the way you did. Good for you. Not me, but when I was in high school, the people who turned 18 being able to said they were gonna vote for Trump. 1. Their family were Republicans. Or 2. It made politics entertaining. I hate reason 2. Yeah, he could cause real suffering with his policies, but at least it's entertaining to me. I am not a Trump supporter, but my parents were in 2016, and now they are not. 2 reasons. 1. My dad is a member of the intelligence community, and he thought Trump was going to really be on his side and make his job easier. That clearly did not happen. And my dad apparently was not amused when Trump started insulting the intelligence community like he insults women, minorities, immigrants, disabled people, Democrats, his own fellow Republicans, foreign leaders. Shall I go on? 2. My parents liked the idea of the wall, until they didn't. I don't really know what happened there. All of a sudden, they just quit believing that a wall is the answer, and they now think he's a moron for pursuing this dream of his. They will undoubtedly support whatever conservative third-party candidate pops up, though. Voting for a Democrat is akin to voting for Satan, in their worldview. I know too many people who would vote for Satan if he was the candidate on their chosen side. The way people cling to the red or the blue team is so upsetting sometimes. Rational thought plays no part in their vote. The people I know who voted for Trump in 2016 and will not in 2020 voted for him as a frick you to establishment politics, hoping for a change that benefits American people, but Trump has only enacted policies to help big business and destroy the environment. Big factor for country boy conservationists that love hunting and nature. The biggest lie he ever told was that he was anti-establishment. I don't know how people bought that crap. Well, the first time I voted for him I was 18, so mostly the fact that I'll be 4 years wiser. I voted for Dubai when I was 18, so I understand completely. Because he is so out of touch that he thought Minecraft was violent. Not me, but some people I know. In 2016 there were some people who just really didn't want Hillary. In their words, yeah, we had that in the 90s. It wasn't that great and felt Hillary had a weak platform and felt entitled to the presidency. They are, on the other hand, deeply against illegal immigrants and believe we needed change. They were originally from the New York area and bought into the rhetoric that he knew what he was doing and that he would know how to fix the economy. Between promising to get rid of illegals and make America great again in an economic sense, they thought he was the stronger candidate. However, they grossly overestimated his competence on the job and underestimated how much damage he would do. While they aren't big on illegals, they look on at horror of the alt-right and don't understand how you can just hate people like that. They look at his foreign policy and his sheer incompetence there with horror. They think he's extremely disrespectful to veterans and hate how he treated John McCain. These people are what I describe as center-right independents. They are Obama-Trump voters. They are people who voted consistently conservative most of their lives but moved right and abandoned the party during the Obama administration as the right just got too extreme and wanted to screw people like them over to favor billionaires. However, while softening on conservatism, they aren't really liberal either. Like kinda in the middle. They didn't like Hillary at all. Not really too far left emo. Just didn't connect. And honestly, I think that Clinton just failed to understand the populist undercurrents of 2016 and what people wanted. Trump filled that niche better. It's not really about left versus right, it's about establishment versus anti-establishment. Trump was an outsider who made grandiose promises and sucked them in and was seen as the better option. But now that Trump is in office, it's kinda like waking up from a hangover and they plan on voting against them next time. It's not really about left versus right, it's about establishment versus anti-establishment. So much this. It's why Trump won the primaries. So the way the Democrats didn't respect that was kind of shocking. Trump isn't even anti-establishment. He was just the only willing to run on that platform. I know that my dad voted for him in the 2016 election because he hated Hillary more, but now he says that he would vote an actual garden gnome into office before Trump, and if he could go back, he would vote for Hillary. It's mainly due to his severe disease of diarrhea of the mouth and his overall poor presidential decisions. I feel bad. When the election was happening, I decided to not vote for anyone. I disliked Trump, Clinton, and Bernie. I thought Clinton would win. She did win the popular vote against a man that made fun of people on Twitter and thought building a wall would help immigration problems. If I could go back, I would have voted for anyone but Trump. I was curious, eager to see what a politically incorrect president would do to the country. Someone could say whatever they like and get voted for it. I regret it greatly because this politically incorrectness has breed hatred, racism, and stupidity. I know I did not pull the trigger or incite the hatred, but my apathy played a part in all the shootings that have happened in the name of racism and white supremacy, so I am sorry. This is me. I didn't want to vote for Trump, but at the same time I didn't want to vote for Clinton either. It literally came down to my gut feeling as I approached the ballot box. My gut at the time was to go for Trump. However, I will not be voting for Trump in 2020. I'm pretty confident that the Democratic candidate will be far more likable than Clinton was back in 2016. The reason why I will not be voting for Trump is the way he's handled the crisis on the southern border. I get that we want people coming in legally, but do we really need to split up families and traumatize children? I also think his rhetoric just keeps getting worse and worse as well. The way he handled himself during the El Pozo and Dayton visits were an embarrassment and disgrace to the office of the president. I'm looking for a candidate that will be more strict on gun control. I'm looking for a candidate that will have a sense of decency towards other human beings. I went from Saginaw Vacad to ContraPoints. A friend won't because we live in Charlottesville, VA. Did not want Hillary Clinton as president at all. Hoped that someone who was an outsider would be a fresh breath of air. I was wrong, sadly. This time around, I much more prefer Yang. Trump was never an outsider. I will never understand how people bought that crap. I supported him because it was better than Hillary, and he did have some promising things lined up for his presidency. I don't want him as our 2020 president because of how dang incompetent he is. I mean, his Twitter account is a monument to this. His Twitter account was incompetent way before his inauguration. I felt like I was choosing which way I would die, with Hillary or Trump. I hated both options. Trump lied about many policies that I supported, infrastructure being my most important. I took a chance that maybe going in the right direction is better than neutral. I thought if I was wrong and Trump was a disaster, it might swing the pendulum the opposite direction, generating real change. Video games causes violence. Guess who said this? I didn't vote because I wasn't old enough. My parents did though, but won't be again in 2020. In 2016, they mainly thought that they didn't want another Clinton in office and that they were voting for the Republican Party, not the person, if that makes sense. Now that all the mass shootings have taken place, my parents, especially my mom, want someone that will act to make stronger laws be in place. Because his motto basically became "I'll break 1,000 campaign promises before I'll let Israel die." Gun control, ineffective progression with border wall, warmongering with Iran. I bet they just chose the lesser evil, but sadly picked the greater moron. Morons at least tend to be ineffective evils. His populist rhetoric. People forget that he was actually promoting some left-leaning agendas on his way to the presidency, not cutting social security, ending the wars, bringing back jobs to the American people. In the end it was a big crock of crap, but it was better than voting for Clinton with a wig. The shine on the turd has faded. He has personally fricked with my family, being we are Hispanic. If only there could have been a way to see that coming. I am voting for Ace Watkins, our only gamer president. Gun rights. Donald Trump caused it. I voted third party, but only because I am in NY and knew it would not make a difference. If I was in a battleground state I would have voted for Hillary. I just did not like Trump or Hillary. As a New Yorker I still don't understand how people fell for Trump. I get people wanted someone from the outside, but with his history it made zero sense to me. Either way, in 2020 I am voting for whoever the Dem candidate is, even if it is Sanders, and I am not a big fan of his policies. Even though I know NY will still go blue just because I want to feel proud to help say I voted against Trump. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video, or don't. Either way, have a great day you magnificent people.